Guys, it's so good to be able to talk to somebody who isn't like handling your performance review, who isn't handling your paycheck, to be able to talk through challenges in the workspace. Sometimes you just get so much into your head, you need somebody to just say like, you're fine. You're doing great. Hey guys, welcome to the Level Up podcast with Angie Li, a series where I walk you through some of the things that I'm trying, learning, doing, testing in an effort to be a better person, to be more productive, to be stronger, more athletic, smarter, more organized. These are all things that I have been trying to develop and be better at over these past few years, and I just thought it would be great to have you join me along the journey. So if this is something that you're interested in, whether you are trying to do some self-development on your own, or you're just curious about some of the things that I'm trying, please join me and let's level up together. For this first episode, I want to talk about 5 things and habits that I want to bring over. These are things that from 2023 that I was able to nail, things that I like, habits that I want to bring over into the new year. And then I also want to talk about 5 things that I want to start doing. And so we're kind of like stacking here together. We're talking about things that I felt like were good, want to keep doing, and then things that I want to start trying. So if this sounds interesting to you, please stay tuned. All right, let's get into it. So some of the things that I really want to make sure that I bring into 2024 would be the full focus planner. I'm all in. I bought one offhand. It's a quarterly planner. So that means that you would, in order to fill the year, you would need to buy 4 of these. It's not cheap. The whole thing is like $40 to $50. And I just wanted to test with one because the old planner that I've been so committed to is the Blogilates Fit Planner. Love her, love the whole PopFlex and Blogilates brand. But it just wasn't serving me because I needed more space to write out my work notes. I found that whenever I use this, in order to get everything that I needed done, I would have this and I would also have a full-size notebook so I could take regular notes. The next thing you know, I got a targeted ad on Instagram for the full focus planner. And I started watching their videos, started going down a rabbit hole, and I bought one. So I bit the bullet and got my first one, just to play with the last quarter of the year. And so it's a 2-page spread, meaning that on one side, I've got a day overview. I can put the calendar if there's things that appointments or things, tasks, the big 3, the 3 things that I'm looking to accomplish that day. I love the structure every week. So that was a whole ramble for the first one, bringing the full focus planner into my 2024 routine. What's next? The next thing that I want to do that I've started being really consistent about is doing strength training 5 days a week. At least 5 days a week, sometimes 6, but yeah. And there's not much to say except it's great for endorphins. It's great for your health. It's great for managing stress. And I love doing it in a class format. So that's the second thing that I'll be bringing back. And I've been so excited to have like a little gym community, and everybody's so fun and encouraging and kind, and everyone is there just to build and better themselves. So third thing, kind of just in the same vein of fitness, would be dancing. So there's no surprise there. I love dancing. I'm going to be dancing up a storm. I kind of have a goal set for 2024 to dance at least twice a month in a class setting. So that doesn't mean taking steezy classes. That means like I'm going to our venue and taking a class and training with other people. And yeah, so the other thing that I would bring into the new year is executive coaching. And so this, I couldn't even remember what it was called. I had to Google it, but executive coaching, or just having someone to talk to through workspace challenges, workplace challenges that aren't your direct supervisor. So I had incredible benefit to be able to be sponsored and supported through my company to go through a 12-week session or 12-session training. Loved it. Like, I would renew. I would definitely subscribe because, guys, it's so good to be able to talk to somebody who isn't like handling your performance review, who isn't handling your paycheck, to be able to talk through challenges in the workspace. And a lot of it stems from like me being a woman in tech and being a fairly hot, like emotional person, and just trying to grapple with all of those feelings and workplace interpersonal conflicts and things like that, and how to manage just a tough time. And I just need to continue to remind myself and others like you guys that it's fine to have feelings. We don't work with robots. We don't work with AI. AI hasn't fully taken over all roles. And we are people. We are people with feelings. And how can we manage those emotions in the workplace and like in a really healthy way? So that's something that I hope to bring over. I'm not really sure what it would take for me to continue coaching like that. I know there's tons of resources for me. So I'm looking at maybe bringing that back up with my manager and seeing what's possible. Okay. And then finally, the last thing that I would like to bring over into 2024 from this past year is reading. I love reading like a novel. It's a real escape, because years past, Angie years ago would get into this like trap of only reading self-development, self-help, nonfiction books. And I am super proud of myself for changing that narrative in the past year or two, like enjoying a good nonsense book. And some of them really are just like, make you think. They make you think about life, make you think about what if you were in that scenario. Like book club just finished reading Midnight Library. That was great. I read it a couple times. Some other good books like Remarkably Bright Creatures, where it comes from the perspective of an octopus. That's cool. I love Tomorrow, The Tower of Babel, or I think it's Babel. And that is a historical science fiction. It's not very biblical. There's like a lot of magic references and tons of etymology, and all of it is fiction and is wild. Like books that make me want to talk about it to my friends, to my coworkers, to my boss. They will see me be really animated about like, oh, I just finished this book. You might like it. And just stuff like that. Do you often get excited when you're reading a self-help book, Girl Wash Your Face, or like 7 Habits of Highly Successful People? Those are probably great books. Like, I think I've read both of them, and it's just not memorable. I feel like I'm knocking self-help books. I'm reading one right now. It's David Goggins' Never Finished, and I like those in small doses. I'll read a few chapters here and there, maybe as I like need a little bit of kick in the butt, spark of motivation. But what I'm trying to say is I recommend fiction. And it's going to be something that I want to continue to do. I track all of my books in Goodreads. I've heard of a few competitors that are like maybe have a better and more intuitive UI, but Goodreads is my standby. I've had it for so long and I don't really want to port over the books or learn a new system. So Goodreads is where I track my books. And then speaking of which, something that I will not bring is finishing a book that I don't like. If I don't like it and I'm like 2/3 or even 1/3 of the way through, sometimes I feel a self-imposed pressure to finish the book, fiction or nonfiction. And at this point in my life, I'm like, there's no time for that. Like, just add it to the did not finish book, DNF. I do not F with that book. All right. Did not finish. And that's that. So let me just recap for you. What are we bringing over from 2023 to 2024? So let me just think. Number 1, we're bringing over the full focus planner system. We're going to bring this bad boy over. You're just beautiful. I love you. Chef's kiss. This is how I'm going to be organizing my life. I love it so far. And I'm pretty much in the long haul because I've got over a year's worth of books remaining because it's a quarterly planner. The second thing that I'm bringing over is strength training. Love strength training. I'm going to continue taking classes at our local kind of small group fitness gym. The third thing that I'm bringing over is dance. Love it. Love dancing, makes me happy. But to be really clear, I want to bring over dancing at a studio at least twice a month. Take that back. What did I say? Now I feel like I'm numbering things. I don't remember how many things I had said already. So the fourth thing that we're going to bring over from 2023 to 2024 is coaching. I love taking coaching from other people to just get fresh perspective. Sometimes you just get so much into your head. You need somebody to just say like, you're fine. You're doing great. And for anybody else struggling or suffering with something like this, either with work or mental health personally, know that you're not the only one. It is totally fine. It is just like a routine checkup. You don't need to be going to anything super deep to get the benefits of talking to somebody else. And then the very last thing, the fifth thing that I would recommend others and myself to continue doing in the new year is to read fiction, because it's just fun. It's an escape. I love it. All right. Let me just take a little break, and then we're going to talk about things from new things in 2024, new habits that I'm going to try to start. Okay, I'm back. Let's talk about 5 things that I want to start trying and being really more intentional about accomplishing in 2024. So the first one would be coloring. I had gotten into coloring. I'm laughing because it's just like such a non-serious one that I'm bringing up. But all right. So, and I'm also thinking about Ivy. She doesn't say crayons. They taught her at school to call like crayons and markers colors. And I think that's so cute. She's like, colors, colors, colors. And for those of you who don't know, Ivy is my 2-year-old. She just turned 2. Okay. So the first thing that I want to bring into the new year is more coloring. And I think everybody got super into coloring pandemic days, and there was a huge wave of coloring. This is one that I got from a used bookstore for $2. There wasn't a single page colored, but it is incredible because it's self-care cats. Self-care cats. Okay, so there's some cats that say like, I'm looking at one that's the paws laid out on the couch and it says cat flicks, like Netflix. Like, isn't that beautiful? So great. Here's another one who's just sitting at a city skyscape, like at a restaurant having a glass of wine. And the fact that these are cats is just so much funnier because, one, I'm allergic to cats. I don't have a cat, but everybody freaking loves cats. So that's the first thing that I want to bring over to the new year is cats. I mean, no, is coloring. I want to bring over coloring because it's a good activity, you know? Okay. So the next thing that I want to bring over in the same vein is revisiting my love for puzzles. So I also at the same bookstore bought 3 puzzles. Okay. So let's look at it. This one is Power Lunch. Got it for $3.95. This one is a scene of people at the beach, $4.95. This one is a beautiful gardenscape, $5.95. Now, we asked them who do the intake and help price things out for the used stuff. Do they count the pieces? They said no. So this is going to be a gamble. I'll be friggin' pissed if I do this and then at the end there's like missing 2 pieces. But that's what I get for not wanting to pay full price. Or let's call it sustainable. Let's not call it cheap. I want to be sustainable. I want to shop small business. And I really do. I really do. Okay. So first thing's coloring. Second one is puzzles. Just doing puzzles. Good for the mind. Good for relaxing. I think, am I like revealing something about myself that I need all of these things to help me relax? So the third thing that I want to bring over into the new year is more skating. So I got inspired. There's a coworker who is really into rollerblading. And now I feel like I'm kind of coming up to her on her turf. No, she's really nice. Like she seems really excited to have more people getting into skating. And I've always thought it was beautiful when people can dance and they just have so much natural rhythm. So I'm combining my love for dance and then my interest or intrigue for skating, roller skating. And I already bought a pair. I've been practicing a little bit. So I just want to, 1, in the new year, find time to practice. 2, find a way to go to some classes and learn how to like groove skate. And then 3, build up a system or a routine of where I can find places to practice. I think that's a big thing. It was like finding a really nice, smooth surface. We have in our clubhouse so cement ground floor, so I know that I won't be damaging the floor there. And that seems like a really nice playground as well. So that's the third thing I want to do. We talked about the coloring, the puzzles, and now skating. So lots of fun things. Let's talk about some kind of hit it from a different angle. Number 4, everybody and their mom wants to do this, and I want to do it too. And it's waking up early. I wish I could consistently wake up early. I could go to bed or lay in bed and read a good book by 9 p.m. and be asleep by 10 and wake up at 5:30 and just, start the day grounds running, guns blazing, just like ready to do life. So that's one of the things that I'm hoping to try to accomplish is to wake up earlier. And then the last goal that I have is to post more, just to hit record, not feel like I need to get into my head about structure and SEO and, my audience and things like that. Like, I just really like connecting with people. I like to edit the creative aspect of editing things and filming things from interesting angles, and also sharing a bit of my story and my journey as I'm trying to be open and honest about my self-development and how I'm doing and what I'm trying and what I'm trying to learn, like skating and things like that. And I feel like I have a lot of self-imposed pressure to go out of the gate really strong. And it's preventing me from trying and doing. And it's like if I were to say that I will not be willing to skate unless I can be an all-star derby skate person or skater. I guess what I'm saying is like I want to get more reps in. In the new year, I want to post more and not fall into that pressure of getting it perfect. And yeah, so you guys are gonna have to ride with the imperfection until like I get more reps in and get the groove in. But that is all. So I talked about 5 things I'm gonna bring into the new year, or I talked about 5 things that I want to bring in from 2023 into the new year, and then the 5 things that I want to start doing. Let me just recap on the things that I want to start doing. Things I want to start doing: coloring, puzzles, skating, waking up early. Oh yeah, posting more. Everything's fine. I'm just gonna color. Can we just do that? Can we go back to the fun one? Can we go back to the fun one and color and do puzzles? Yeah, so those are my goals. Thank you for tuning in and listening to me talk about some of the things that I want to try to accomplish, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.